very good English level.
Thank you.
Important. That's a very important skill to have with an F. Because as you can see, you need to understand the coaches for sure, and you all the time making questions and answering questions, and that's really important because before we are able to develop our skill on the pitch, we need to know what you are going to do, okay? So to make good decisions, we need to know what a good decision is, and I believe that's really important for you, and you are already in a good level in what comes to the knowledge and to the language, to the English language, okay? So that was very nice to be with you. Then, you are a very empathic player. I can talk with you, no problem at all. We can talk about different stuff, and that's something important. So your soft skills are also well developed. That's cool. That's important for us as well.
Do you understand what that means, soft skills?
Making friends.
Oh,
You are good at making friends. So it's not a problem for you to talk with other people. Then, things to improve. The first thing is to have a good body position that not all the times you have. So essentially it's completely normal in your age group, okay, that you are focused on the ball only. And we cannot be focused only on the ball, okay? So yesterday when we played against Sporting, you were seeing the guys inside the pitch. It's easier all the time when you are outside the pitch. When you are inside, we are worried about ourselves and not making mistakes. So when you are out, we are looking to the other players, and as you can see, even if they are your age, they already understand that sometimes they will not have the ball and they are just creating space for somebody else to receive the ball. Okay? And to be able to do this, if you are just look at the ball, you will not be able to understand which space that player wants to attack. Okay? For instance, playing as a winger where you played most of the time, sometimes the center back is with the ball and you will not receive the ball because you are already marked. But if you move a little bit forward, this guy will have to make a decision. Or he follows you and you created space and time for this guy. Or maybe, let's say, this guy can have a through ball to you. Okay? So sometimes he's not receiving, he's not moving to receive the ball all the time. He's moving to create space for somebody else. Another thing related with playing as a winger. If this guy follows you and there is no space here, let's say that our striker came to the side and that our central mid is marked as well, so a very narrow place, a narrow situation, we don't have enough space to play there and we don't have enough space and time to make a good decision, then we can create another solution. That is, you make a counter movement, so you go down, you go a little bit down, this guy follows, and in the moment that you feel that you are in his back and he's not seeing you, you make a forward run again, and then you created a 2v1 situation. Okay? Important things to be there. Try to face the game all the time. Okay? So try to be in a position. Doesn't matter if you are playing central mid, defensive central mid, center back or winger. The main thing is to be able to see the most of the game that you can. Because this will allow you after a while to understand where the spaces are. Okay, that's why we make the 3 corridor drill and this kind of stuff. Okay, so you can understand and count the players even. Okay, so you need to look and understand. Okay, so here there are a 3v3 situation and there is a 4v3 because they have a defender covering. Okay, so this is not a place where I want to keep the ball. I want to move the ball away. And then we use this knowledge, and after a while it will become automatic. Okay, after a while you will be able to have an image of the pitch in your head. Okay, and the anticipation, anticipating what will happen next, it will become more natural and easier for you. Okay, so first thing of all, scan the pitch, look up, look at where the players are and what kind of move they are doing. Okay, because players usually have similar moves during the game. Okay, so the players have kind of a style. Okay, so if you can identify that in the first minutes of a match, it will be much easier for you to perform and to understand better where the spaces are and what to do to get those spaces. Is this clear for you? Okay, then, so this is related with decision making and game understanding. So this is related with decision making and game understanding. Okay, you are still very young. Okay, so it's completely normal, and I know that in the Scandinavia, the coach don't stress that much the decision making, the positioning and stuff like that. Okay, so
my coach do.
Yeah, he does. Okay, so that's good. That's good for you, because if he does, then you will develop your knowledge. And if you have any question, if it's a player or a coach that is worried about decision making, then it's good for you to talk with him as well. Okay, because if you talk about football, he will give you more insight, more knowledge, and you will continue to develop. Okay? So if he stresses with this, but is he using the same principles? What kind of principles is he using?
I don't know what to say, but
Okay, so what's the thing that he's always telling you?
he's telling me to like always pass, not dribble at all.
Okay, so that's something that I do not agree with your coach. Okay,
I mean,
because one of the things that you do very well in my point of view is dribbling.
I do.
I think
Is what?
his dribbling is very good. Okay, so
No, I don't agree with you.
I do think so.
Listen to the coach.
Okay.
He's an expert.
No, I would say I really do. Think about the 1v1 drills, think about the 2v2 drills, and you do very well.
Thank you.
Okay, so you just need to be confident. Okay, be confident, face the player, and even if you don't feel that you are going to beat him in a 1v1, okay, at least pin the player, attract him to you, so you create space for somebody else.
Yeah.
That's okay. So don't. I totally understand, and you need to respect the coach and his instructions, but you need to understand that playing football, you know Messi, of course, Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
Imagine that the coach from Lionel Messi, when he was 10 or 11, he was all the time saying, pass the ball, pass the ball. He will not become a dribbler, right? So this is not for you to say to the coach, no, you don't understand anything about this, I'll just do my way. Okay, you will still respect the coach, but you need to improve your dribbling, because I believe that's something that you will be good at. Because I can see that you spend a few hours with the ball. The way that you touch the ball, the way that you put your feet on the ball, I can see that you spend a few hours in the last years playing with the ball. So that's something that you need to use. That kind of ability will help you to change direction quicker. That you can do. Because in the 1v1 drills, even playing against older players, stronger and heavier and taller, you don't lose the ball that many times. Okay? So I believe that dribbling is one of the things that you actually do well, to be honest. On the other hand, I believe that you need to improve decision making, which is fun. Okay, because if your coach says for you to pass the ball, it's the thing that I think I told you this in the first day. If there is two players against one in the Scandinavian countries,
Yeah.
the coach say pass the ball,
Yeah.
and this in my point of view is just wrong. Okay, in this case I completely disagree. You know why? Because if I
No,
pass
my
the
coach doesn't say pass the ball here. He said pass the ball back.
okay.
Yeah, it's true.
I will explain, I will tell you how do I think we should solve this situation, okay? And then you make your own decision. Okay, so instead of passing the ball in this situation, I believe that we should go toward the goal, attract this defender to us, and then we created space to pass the ball to the other one on our side. Okay, that's the thing. But again, we need to respect the coaches in all the time. Okay, all the time we need to respect the coach. Although, I'm guessing here that if you score a few goals, the coach will not complain. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in my point of view, we need to make good decisions, and you need to respect the coach, of course, but we need to understand that in this case, 2v1, passing the ball to the side, there is no point in it, because there is no point on this guy receiving the ball and then being pressed by the defender. We need to attract the defender and create a 2v1 situation. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is the decision making that I was talking about. I
Is this
believe
the
that-
time to ask a question, or should
Go
I?
ahead. No,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Regarding the decision making, because how do you improve that? Is that by just playing more games? And
Okay, the one thing that really helps is the feedback, so the coach feedback. Because if you stop the game, we try not to do it that much with these guys, because after a while it's an upset for the players.
Right.
And I felt the same when I played. So if the coach is all the time stopping,
yeah,
if I stopped all the time, then I see a mistake, they will not play.
Yeah.
So it's not fun. Okay, we cannot remove fun from the equation.
Yeah, that is what he does. He removes fun.
yeah.
okay, cool.
I don't want to.
But I believe that is like when they made a mistake. In my point of view, the passing the ball on the side on this case is a mistake. Okay, and if I see this, I will stop the game, because it's really important, and it's really important they can understand that they need to dribble sometimes. Even they only dribble if they have the space.
Right.
Okay, so if the coach believes in a different way, it's a different problem. Okay, you will have to adapt, and the best way to develop is always playing.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and if to develop decision making and also technique, in my point of view, it's the small-sided games. Okay, so instead of playing 7v7 or 9v9 or 11v11, if you play 3v3 in a small area, you will have to make more decisions and touch the ball more times than if you are just playing 11v11. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
Because if 3v3, you are all the time or defending a player, or attacking a space, or with the ball, or being a solution to the player with the ball. Okay, instead if you are playing 11 aside, you have more off the ball,
Yeah.
more people moving off the ball, but you will not have all the time to make a decision, and especially with the Scandinavian players, they will just stand most of the time. If you can compare the two teams yesterday, the Sporting players were moving all the time, and sometimes not to receive the ball just to create space, and our players sometimes they disconnect. If the
Right.
ball was not near them, they disconnect, and this is something that only come after a while when playing small-sided games.
You mean maybe mostly decision making is when he doesn't have the ball? Is that what you're talking about mostly?
As well, because
Also with the
because
ball.
do you remember the principles that we talked about for sure, right? The offensive principle. So if I am the first attacker, I am the one with the ball, and this guy got all the power because he got the ball. But the guys outside, the guys who are running forward, the guy who is supporting, is also making decision. And sometimes the players in the beginning they were, and especially yesterday, they were not doing it. They were moving away from each other, and that was really nice to see as well. But in the beginning, some of the guys were moving toward the player with the ball,
Yeah.
and this is a decision making as well.
Yeah.
This guy is deciding to make a run toward the player with the ball, and this is a wrong decision again.
Right.
Okay, so this is the kind of decision making that I'm talking. Not only for the guy with the ball, but also for the guys without the ball. So it's off the ball, but also on the ball.
Right.
Do you understand what I mean?
I understand. I don't want to say anything bad about his coach, but really,
No.
he's yelling from the sideline exactly what they have to do the whole time. Do this, do that.
Okay.
So you don't really have to make a decision because he's yelling it for you. So I really think this is a good
Yeah, but
point.
Maybe you should offer the guy a PlayStation for him to play.
That's what I've said actually.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like he's playing FIFA.
Yeah. Just offer him a PlayStation in Christmas or something. You get together and you offer him a PlayStation. It's
Same
simple.
things.
Okay.
Same brain.
Okay. So then, more important things for you to develop. Non-dominant foot. You don't use the left foot that many times. Okay. Especially yesterday, you use the left foot to have small touches, but you don't have a pass with the left foot. You don't have a cross with the left foot. Okay. So you can use the left foot to do the small things, the small touches to change direction. Not a big problem for that. But then when you need to dribble away from the defender and we need to use the outside foot, okay? Yesterday playing on the left, the defender came on the right side, on your right side, and you were not dribbling enough with the left foot, okay? So this is something that you can develop by yourself again.
Yeah.
So the small touches, the relation with the ball, good. Now we need to improve a little bit more dominant foot in what concerns to dribbling in further distance, in big distances, okay? Bigger touches, speeding up, okay? Crossing, shooting, that kind of stuff. Because you are in your age group and because this is common for everybody in your age group, before you have the growth spurt, before you go to the teenage years where you grow a lot, you need to continue to work on your SAC. SAC is speed, agility and coordination. Okay?
What did you say first? Speed and coordination
Speed, agility and coordination.
and agility.
Yeah. You know agility? It's the direction, changing direction and speed.
Okay.
Okay? The most basic drill of agility is like cone, let's say. And you need to make as fast as you can.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So this is something you can practice at home.
You can practice by yourself. Okay.